Hi guys, so welcome to our Thursday night live events that we do. So we run an information session every single Thursday night because there is always, people interested in what we do, and we love to share about our amazing program. And we've got the upcoming shred coming out, and we also have a business that's attached to it as well. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really do want to keep it short and sweet because we know that your time is absolutely valuable. And I've got a daughter right behind me on the iPad that she really needs to go to sleep soon. So I'll try and keep this really sweet and short. So I'm Susie. I'm going to be your host for this evening, and I'm also going to run you through our program as well. But I really, really believe that the success is in hearing our stories and the transformation that comes from being on our program. So I'm going to introduce you to Magna, one of my gorgeous friends, and she's going to share with us her amazing transformation. I cannot wait for you to hear what she has to say. So thanks, Magda.
Hey everybody, so I'm Magda, and I'm here to share my story. So I have been on the products now for about 7 months, and I started originally on the products because I was constantly on Red Bulls and drinking a lot of coffee, and it got to a point where I was reliant on coffee and Red Bulls constantly. I would go to sleep with heart palpitations, and for a while I just didn't even know what it felt like to not go to sleep with heart palpitations. So I reached out to a friend of mine, and that was on Facebook, and I said, look, what are the products that you're on? Get me on them. And in a way I was a little bit skeptical, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to try it. At the end of the day, it was 4 months. If it works, it works, and if it doesn't, well, sorry, thanks, but no thanks. So I got on them and I tried the products, and within the day that I tried them, I had already, in a sense, I thought that they were like vitamins. And if any of you guys have ever had vitamins before, you know that they don't work for, by the time it hits your system, it's probably a few weeks. So, the first day that I had them, I thought I'll take my capsules and I'll have a few coffees throughout the day. 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was bouncing off the walls pretty much. I was, thinking of going for a run around the street, and my husband's like, "You're not going anywhere, love, just stay home." So in the end, I just did a bit of an exercise downstairs in the dark and fell straight to sleep. And I rang up the girl that introduced me the next day, and I went, "What did you give me?" And she's like, "It was just fruits, veggies, and berries." And I thought, no, that can't be right. But then, this whole program teaches you about nutrition and about whole food and about what it does to your body. So what you put into your body is what you gain out of it. Things that I think is so much more education out of this program for yourself and your family, and just teaching everyone how to, sorry if you can hear my son in the background, D'Angelo. He's lifting weights. He's only 4. Shush, put it down now, please. Please put it down. Put it down. So anyways, sorry. Don't mind my child. So yeah, in the end, sorry. Please, shush, okay. So yeah, in the end, just the amount of transformation that I've had. Shush for a second. I've been a smoker for about 17 years, and I am officially a non-smoker. It's been about 70 days that I haven't had a cigarette. On top of that, I'm just going to hand you back. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Your story is always amazing. Everything that you have said, I'm sure that there are so many people that will resonate with you, whether they're a mama themselves as well, you know, and having a baby hanging off you, or, you know, and all the energy drinks and coffees and stuff like that. Like, you know, there's so many people out there that do that, hi darling, that do all that and don't realize that there is a much better, healthier option for them out there, and it's going to be much better on their body as well, and not pretty much signing their death wish, you know, sooner. You know, so thank you so much for sharing your story tonight. I really, really appreciate it. So we have another amazing story from Tracy. So I'm actually going to get Tracy to come off mute and she can share with us her story. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name's Tracy, and yeah, we've been, I guess, on the product for nearly 3 years now, and it was kind of funny how the product came to find us. Is that I thought I needed a little bit more energy, and you know, I was napping like most of us seem to do when we drop our kids off at school. You know, I was planning for a nap either in the morning straight after drop off, or I was having to set my alarm in the afternoon to make sure that I actually woke in enough time to actually be there to pick her up in the afternoon. Not the case now, but the free chews was one of the big things that really played a part as well in us being on the product. At the time, my daughter was suffering really badly with what I now know as anxiety. She was quite out of control in her own little body, quite often having, you know, episodes where I thought she was just having tantrums. I mean, she was 7 at the time, but I just thought she was just being difficult, having tantrums. She was not wanting to go to school. She was not wanting to get dressed. She was wrapping herself around my legs at most people's functions and not leaving me alone. But the big thing that I knew things had to change was that at night time, it would take me almost, I'd say 2 hours is a good night, of getting her to sleep. And it wouldn't just be a case of putting her to bed and then walking out and then coming back in like it is now. It was a case of yelling and screaming and tears on both parts. And you know, in the end, she would just be uncontrollably crying, not wanting to leave me alone, like not wanting to leave me. I would be in the toilets, shutting the door, going, I can't do this anymore. So I knew shit had to change, because I was a single mum at the time. And like all mums, you want to be there for your kids, even more so as a single parent, because they've got no one else to turn to. So yeah, I reached out. And I reached out to a beautiful friend of mine, and I just said, look, I need some of these. I don't even know what they are. Sign me up. I need some of them. Not only was my daughter suffering hugely with anxiety, she also, her diet was really bad. Like, as you can imagine, most of our kids are very, very plain when it comes to eating. It was spaghetti and bolognese at our place. If not that, well, when she went vegetarian, there was no meat. It was kind of just pasta and tomato sauce, and that's pretty much all it was. So yeah, when she went veggie, I kind of freaked out as well because her diet was limited. There was no fruit. I would buy the fruit and $30 would go down the drain like within a couple of days, or in the bin in a couple of days. Like, I was literally throwing money away. So yeah, with the kids' chews, I was able to fill her body with all the nutrients that she needed from choosing to go vegetarian, but also just because the little body needed it with her anxiety. Like, she was struggling big time. Fast forward even a couple of weeks after we started on it, and I noticed she was sleeping better, like we both were. So we were able to then tackle the problems that come along with kids, let alone ones with anxiety. So she was sleeping better, I was sleeping better, we were happier, like we could work as a team again, which is really, really important to me because we're quite close. And her diet improved. She was starting to eat a lot of the stuff that is in the Juicy Body Transformation Guide. She would eat it, and she started to eat more fruits and vegetables and things like that. And now I cannot thank the program enough, like, let alone the products, because I barely see signs of anxiety now. Her diet's better, sleeping better. I know if she's backed up, it's because of the, you know, maybe too many chips or whatever she's eaten on the weekend, but I know a couple of chews a couple of extra doses of chews will help move those bowels just that little bit more. But yeah, I cannot thank enough, because yeah, we were not on a good page before the program and the product. So that's my daughter's story. I know I've got my own, but that's for another day. But yeah, thanks, Suze.
Thanks, Trace. I absolutely love hearing your daughter's story, and I love hearing your story as well. But yeah, it's quite amazing to see the transformation that your daughter has had, and especially when, you know, as mums, one of our top priorities is making sure that our kids get the right, you know, nutrition in their body, and they also are on the best, you know, possible pathway for their health as well. So I also love seeing Bonnie over the last couple of weeks when catching up with you, and I can see that she's not as anxious as what you have said that she used to be. So it's been really, really lovely being able to see that transformation as well. So thank you so much for sharing your story. Really appreciate that. So you've heard the stories. So we have so much more you know, many more stories out there, but just for tonight, I just wanted to give you a quick little look at about a couple of the stories. And one of them was just simply, you know, a mum who was just, you know, on the energy drinks, and she's just, you know, coffees and everything and stuff. And we've got another one who's literally on the children's health studies that we have. So we actually have a healthy, what is it? Healthy Families program, a Healthy Starts Family program, which is dedicated to working closely with families with kids as well, to get everybody on board to live a healthy lifestyle. So what we have is we have a program called the Juicy Body Transformation, which consists of many different recipes. So you're thinking of breakfast, you have lunch, you have dinner, you have snacks, we have a chocolate cookbook, we have a kids cookbook, which I have been really put into use, especially this school holidays. We also have meal planning as well. So I think there's about 4 or 5 different types of meal plans, which can be really, really useful for any one of you who are looking to lose weight. If you're looking to do the shred, we have an 8-week shred coming up. There's also a meal plan available for that. We have a vegetarian option. We also have one for detoxing. We have one where if you really want to do an intensive weight loss journey, we've got one for that. We've got family-friendly ones. There are so many different types of meal plans, and all the recipes come in the JBT program. That is completely free for you to use when you sign up to one of the products. So the products actually complement the program just beautifully. The program itself, the recipes were designed by Kira Westwick, who was an ex-master chef. So I don't know how many of you are fans of MasterChef. I certainly am. And when I heard that she designed the recipe, I was like, I know they're going to be delicious. So I absolutely love them. And one of the things that I was probably most skeptical when going through the cookbook was hearing ingredients that didn't sound like it was going to work well together. So for example, sweet potato brownies. I thought, sweet potato brownies and chocolate, like that just does not work, but it's become one of our most favourite staples in this house that we have. It's just absolutely delicious. We have bliss balls, we have ice cream, we have even like coffees and cocktails. We have so many different things. So it's not about, you know, cutting out your sugar. It's not about, you know, cutting out certain things and stuff. It's all about just tweaking, you know, making little fine tweaks to your diet or your daily routines that you already have, and just making these minor tweaks so that you can live a healthier lifestyle. One of the things about the products that we have is that it's simply fruit and veggies and berries put into a vegan capsule. Now the produce has been grown on the same farm for probably about 3 generations, I believe. And they've been picked at their absolute peak ripeness, with all the nutrients intact and everything, and the water the water content has been actually taken out of the produce, and it's been dried out with all the nutrients intact and then put inside a capsule. Yes, you can have that, darling. which is really great. So the idea of the capsules is actually to bridge the gap between what you are eating and what you should be eating. So for me, I know that as a mum of 3 little ones, I really, really struggled to get all my required nutrition in a daily diet, simply because you know, I was eating scraps, you know, and I would eat 2-minute noodles with my kids and stuff like that, because that's all I had the time and energy for. But since being on the product, I have more energy. I'm able to use recipes that my kids will love as well. And so it becomes like a family, you know, program that we can use as well. My husband uses the products, he uses the shakes. So we have shakes as well. We've got my absolute favorite protein powder shakes. They come in the vanilla. This is chocolate and a vanilla one. Really, really lovely. So it doesn't have that powdery taste. It doesn't have that, you know, when you have like a shake after a workout or something and you can just taste on your tongue. It's like a flour, like powdery texture taste. Like it's absolutely foul. These ones don't have it at all. Even my kids just think it's a complete chocolate milkshake. They have one in the morning, and I know they're getting more than 17 plus superfoods in their breakfast. So I do not need to worry about them having toast or cereal in the morning. If they want to have a shake, that's completely fine by me. One of the things about the shakes I absolutely love is the fact that I can use them as a pick-me-up. I can use it as a post-workout drink. I could use it as a breakfast. I could use it, you know, for any number of reasons. They're easy and small enough to put in my handbag. I can put them in my suitcase and take them overseas with me. And same things with the capsules. Now, I did mention that it was a Healthy Starts family program. So we have free Kids Choose that we can actually give to your kids as well. So if you've got 1 or 2 or a couple of kids, whatever, and you want to be able to start on the program, we can actually give your kids free choose as well when you get your fruit and veggies or your premium blend, which is really good because we really, really are passionate about children's health. So I think I have covered hopefully everything about the products and the program. And I really want to switch gears a little bit quickly and talk about how this business came about and, you know, what's it's all about. So I would love to introduce you to Sarah, who actually will talk a little bit about it and hopefully answer a couple of your questions. So Sarah, if you could take yourself off mute, babe, and take it away.
Okay, thanks Susie, appreciate that. So hi, my name's Sarah. I've been in the biz for a couple of years now, and tonight I'm just going to share some different things that people are a bit skeptical about when they first, you know, join a business like this. And a lot of people, the questions that come up is about pyramid schemes, and I was like, hang on a sec, what's a pyramid scheme? What are you talking about? So pyramid schemes were made illegal in the 70s, and it's usually like this shape here, obviously, a triangle. And the thing is, the way I look at it is more like Woolworths. You see, you have all these checkout chicks, you got the CEO at the top, and you try and get to the top really quickly, but it's going to be near impossible to get there to the top, and you have to fight your way up to get that position. So it's definitely not one of those. In this, we help each other get to NMD, which is the top position in our company, and we all start at VF, which is virtual franchisee. So no matter what your qualifications are, everyone starts at the same position, and we work our way up to the top. With working our way up to the top, we also hold each other's hands, keep each other accountable, cheer each other on.
I think she might be having some technical difficulties, maybe. Oh, here we go.
Right. So a lot of the time people are like wondering, you know, how am I going to, you know, tell people about this, and it's going to be hard to meet people, and et cetera, et cetera. But the thing is, if you're taking the product, you're already showing the changes in what's happening with you. So you've got a lot more energy bouncing around, like Mag's over here, or you're at a supermarket and you give Bonnie the choose trace, you know, and people stop and ask, you know, what are those? And next thing you know, for instance, here's me. And then I meet someone at the supermarket or at the park or online. I have a fair few online. And you just start connecting with people, and it ends up being like a popcorn effect, where people keep asking questions and joining in on what you're doing. I found it really easy talking to my friend Katrina about it, and she's now on the product as well, which is awesome, and her kid Jax is having the choose, so I'm really excited about that. But it's really easy to talk to people. I'm talking to people most days about how it can help them, as it's helped me so much. So it's all about living the mission first and then talking to others about it. Pretty easy, simple. Did you want me to go on to the business side? Yep. So my biz story is I've been in this business for, like I said at the beginning, about 2 years, 2.5 years. And the reason why I said yes to this business is I was pregnant at the time with Jasmine, like fully fledged pregnant. So when I found out about this business, I was like looking for other opportunities. I didn't want to have to go back to work. I didn't want to have to go to interviews. I wanted to stay with her and see all those other moments that I might miss if I go to work. And so when the ad came up that I seen on Facebook, I was saying yes to everything that was on the list. And I thought I just want to do this straight away. So I jumped right in. I got in contact with Mandy at the time and got straight into it. And it's been amazing. The people that you meet, the friends that you come across are fantastic. And I'll never be doing anything else because I love it so much. And now I'm getting emotional. But it's amazing. And now I'm just going to stop because I'm going to keep crying. But thanks, thanks, Susie.
Thank you so much, Sarah. And you're completely welcome to be emotional about it. It is one of those businesses where we just have so many different emotions that come with it, you know, so many highs and so many lows. And yet I think it's the support that comes with the business that probably trumps it all, if you know what I mean, that it's just absolutely out of this world, that you would not find this kind of group and tribe and support anywhere else. So thank you so much for sharing your business share as well. Like, I really appreciate it. So I have another boss mum here who's going to share her business story. I'm really excited to hear her story. So Rachel, if you could take yourself off mute and take it away, darling.
Can you guys hear me okay? Hey everyone, my name's Rach, and hang on, I like to put on this view. And I'm a busy mama of 3, so I have 3 beautiful kids, Riley, Sienna and Zane. And I actually got involved in this business through, I used to work in childcare actually. And this lady, beautiful lady on today, actually, Trace, she's like, you know, I've been doing this thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, what thing? And actually at the time I was already involved in a network marketing company as I grew up, sort of involved in all this sort of stuff with my family, my parents doing it as well. And I sort of like, all right, Trace, I'll give it a go. And I seriously didn't really look back. The reason why I actually got involved was I was a single mum of 2 working, and I found obviously working, I basically paid for childcare. I was struggling, and I don't want to get emotional, but I couldn't even really put food in the fridge, honestly, rent everything by myself. It was quite hard. And obviously when I looked at this opportunity, I was like, oh my God, I can actually feel like I'm more than a mum. I know mum's already a big job in itself, but I felt like I could actually just do something and have a mission and be passionate and just help everybody. Sorry. So it's just, you know, it's just a great opportunity. And, you know, obviously with us mums, you know, we find it hard to obviously get out and meet new people. And with this company and this business, you know, it allows you to do that. You know, you meet so many beautiful people. I'm just so grateful. So yeah, and just obviously self-confidence. like no way in hell over a year ago would I have done this at all. It's actually quite funny. And just along the way, obviously, beautiful people, everything like that, self-confidence, self-development, becoming a better person. It's just the best thing. So I recommend it to anybody. And obviously, what to look forward to. Obviously, we're all very passionate about health and fitness and helping people with their health and finding out, what they need, and being able to do that and, inspire people and helping them is just the best thing. So, that's basically my story and why I started this business just nearly 2 years ago now. So thank you.
Oh, you're absolutely inspirational, Rachel. Thank you so much for sharing. I just absolutely love how honest and real everybody is here tonight. You make me emotional as well, just hearing your passion and just hearing, just how happy you are.
It's got a bit emotional, but that's all right.
No, thank you. But and you're absolutely right that this business is a personal development. It's a business opportunity. It's everything all wrapped up in one. Just as like Sarah was saying, Rachel was saying, and it is. For me as a mum, I could not be into any mother's group, and I tried so many, and this is really my mother's group, and we're all over Australia, we're all over the world, and, it's really amazing. So I just want to say thank you so much for sharing all your stories. We do have one last quick thing to wrap up before we finish up. So Tracy, I'm going to hand it back over to you. If you just want to talk about how we get paid, because we all love to talk about money, don't we?
Thanks, Suze. Oh my goodness. I get the good stuff, the money, the stories. I can't believe, they're so good. And although you girls are getting emotional, it's so much more. The money's the good part to talk about, but as the girls have mentioned in the stories, it is so much more than just money. The idea brings you here, but the community keeps you here. But I get the fun stuff of money. When I first started, I was like, I don't even know how to make this happen. And then I'm like, oh, all this money is rocking up in my business. And I went, this is crazy. Normally in a traditional business, you get paid once. You might get weekly, fortnightly, monthly, whatever it may be. But you only get paid once. And you may be lucky to get a ham at Christmas time or a $50 bonus or something like that, which doesn't translate to how much your time and how much you're worth and what you're giving to the company. With this business, what I've found is that we get paid 3 ways, not just once, 3. So we get paid retail profit, we get paid commission, and these 2 I could explain, but would take a long, long time, and I'm not going to do that. So if you've got more questions about that, reach out to the person that did send you the link for tonight. But the bit I get to talk about here is all the dollar signs, which is the bonuses, and that's the magic money. This stuff, there's a lot up for grabs over the time, but there's certainly a lot up for grabs to start with. And the best part that I think that makes our company unique is that they're smart. They don't spend money on advertising. They don't spend money on that extra billboard or, ads on TV or anything like that. They see value in putting it back into the company and rewarding the people that are out there helping others, touching lives, making a difference in somebody's life. So they put the money back into the business that way. So there's no need for advertising. But the best bit is that because they do it that way, it's got so much more money up for grabs. Normally I actually write it out as we talk, but I went, no, my writing looks like a 2-year-old. So tonight I've written it out. So you can see there's different levels in the business. And the first one that you can get to that has got some dollars up for grabs is SDVF. And you can see I've written 400 next to that. And the reason being is that when you do reach that level, you receive that money. No conditions attached. You receive that money. You've earned it. And the best bit is, you can see I've got 400 next to that as well. And that means the person that helped you get there, they also receive that money. because in this business, you cannot do it alone. You're forever linking arms, supporting each other, helping each other rise to the top. Like, you just can't do it on your own. There's no value in that. Like, there's so much more gold in surrounding yourself with like-minded people. Like, all of these babes, I think only one's like on my team. The rest are sideline buddies, and there's so much value in just that. The next one you can see is SC, and the bonus for that is 600. And likewise, next to that also has 600. So that means not only when you reach that level, you get the 600, but the person again that helped you reach that level also receives that money, because you both worked hard. The next one from that you can see is SSC, and you know, $1,200. I wouldn't say no to that. I wouldn't say no to 400. 1,200 is pretty good. So you get that, and then the person that got you there also receives that. Next one from that is QNMD, and you can see that's 1,500 up for grabs. And then again, the person that helped support you and got you there also receives the 1,500. The next one from that you can see is NMD, and that's just got 300 there. So you see there's no second lot of 3,000, excuse me, 3,000, and you can see it's only written there once. And the reason being is because by the time you get to that level, the person that's helped you, although they're still there for you, they never leave, they're earning like 6,000, six-figure income. So they definitely don't need that extra bonus. That bonus is wholly and solely yours. And the best part about this business is that it's extra dollars. Like, who wouldn't need extra money in their bank account? Like, getting paid 3 ways, but who wouldn't need, what could that extra money do for you? You know, Christmas time, that would have been fantastic. You know, birthdays. It's just, it's unbelievable how supportive and how much gold is in this business across board. So that's the dollars. If you've got any interest or any questions about that, just reach out to the person that did invite you. But Suze, that's me.
Thanks, Trace, for doing that. And yeah, who wouldn't want some extra money? And we always have that one rule when it comes to bonuses, is that we spend it on ourselves, you know, because we've worked hard to get there. And I'm not talking 40, 50 hours a week. I'm talking like, you know, 10 hours, if that, a week. You know, break it up into each day. How much can you put into this business just to get that $400 bonus? And yes. So I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch this information session tonight. And also a huge thank you to everyone who shared their stories tonight. I really deeply appreciate it, and then really grateful. Hang on a minute. And I just want to say that if any of this has resonated with you, or if you have any questions at all, whether it's about our program or whether it's about the business side of things, I really would like you to reach out to the person that invited you to this event or invited you to watch this link if you're watching the recording. So thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you again next week. Thank you. Bye.